Hey, what's up, everybody? You're now tuned into T.
And
And it's your girl, Jazzy JN.
my diesel.
And we in the building, y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming through and supporting the channel and showing so much love. We appreciate y'all. This video right here is going to be pretty quick. This was some breaking news that just came out. And we will be back, though, with some more videos.
Yep, it is R. Kelly. Been found guilty, y'all. One count of racketeering based on acts including sexual exploitation of a child, kidnapping, and forced labor. And he has 8 counts of the Mann Act violations, which they'll explain in the video more of what's the Mann Act. I'm not really sure, but yeah, they got that boy. They got that boy.
So I might have an unpopular opinion about this situation. I would love for y'all to comment below and let us know what y'all think. I'm not saying R. Kelly's not guilty. I definitely think we need to protect Black women, and even if it's protecting them from our own men, it needs to happen. And I 100%, exactly, all women. And in this case, we're specifically talking about what happened to Black women here. But yes, all women need to be protected. But what I am saying is what they did, and what you'll see is that they actually charged him with racketeering, which is some that you would hear in mafia cases pretty much, because a lot of the cases that happened, the statute of limitations had already expired. So what they did for this man is they moved around the laws and created laws to punish him even more. Now, y'all are going to see later on, we're going to be posting a story about a white DA agent found guilty of a lot of similar things. And they don't get the same treatment. And we know that. We know how it goes out here, but we need to highlight it and share it, because the more we just shut up and don't talk about it, the more they're going to keep being able to railroad our people.
Yeah, so really, R. Kelly, hey, we know for sure that he was having sex with
underage, underage, you know people,
and she was underage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, should he get more time than a murderer, like Amber Geiger? You know what I'm saying? She got 10 years.
Right.
You know, the most she probably would have got is 20 years. R. Kelly did these things. These women are still living. He didn't kill nobody. He probably messed them up mentally for the rest of their life, for sure, because that's what happens. But if they give him 20 or 30 years, is that going to be the set standard when it comes to other people that's doing the same thing?
Exactly.
I don't mind dude being in jail for 20, 30 years.
But let that be all across the board with the white people that do the same thing.
Let them move around the law again.
Exactly.
And get them on a racketeering type of charge.
Exactly.
And so on and so forth, you know.
And a lot of these white people are not just entertainers who, no offense, but we know live this type of lifestyle. They are people above people, passing laws and putting people in jail. Like these law people are putting people in jail, and then they're doing the same thing, if not worse. So we definitely need to see equal across the board, and we're going to keep talking about it until that happens. It doesn't need to be R. Kelly gets this time, but if you're white and you're a DA agent, you get to get slipped under the rug, or you get to get this time. So and then the last thing I do want to say is
somebody will say, well, those are slightly different.
Yeah,
those are slightly different. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Whatever. Let this be the standard.
Yeah, exactly. And last thing I want to say is we need to start holding parents accountable. We need to start holding people accountable. If you have a 12-year-old daughter and you're taking her to an R. Kelly concert and she is able to go to a hotel room with R. Kelly, I'm sorry, but you're just as accountable as R. Kelly is. And then they said that there were people working with him transporting these girls. So R. Kelly honestly should not be taking this rap all by himself. Anybody that was involved in it, I feel like all of them should take a piece of that.
I think y'all should get some time too. You know, anybody. That's why everybody say something different. We didn't see him with somebody had to see him with kids, and they just lined on the oath. My thing is, give him the 10, give him the 20, give him the 30, give him however many years you gonna give him. Make sure whatever he getting, every pedophile gets something similar.
Exactly.
How many times have we seen cases go to court and it's like, well, you can't even try this in court because it's outside the
statute of limitations for white people. Yeah,
it's statute of limitations. Well, he was outside the statute of limitations,
but they made a law.
You need to do that against every pedophile. This would be groundbreaking right here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This should be a groundbreaking type of thing. So it shouldn't be no statute of limitations when it comes to pedophilia.
Exactly.
And yeah, dude guilty. We all know that he was with Aaliyah at a young age. That's for sure. And if he did it with her, is no telling how many other people it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's how pedophiles work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't
but
make
it needs
this,
to be the same across the board.
It needs to be the same. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. They need to be the same for every pedophile that's out there.
Exactly.
If you can move stuff around, if you can get rid of statute of limitations, if you can go around the law and use a different law to get pedophiles, then you need to do that.
But we have to realize that the majority of these people, these DAs and judges, a lot of them are pedophiles.
Yeah.
So they're not.
They
have. It's a different standard
with the
for
judge,
them.
Messing with the little boys.
When they see a white man doing the same exact thing R. Kelly did, they feel like that's them on the stand. So they see empathy for them, and they won't give them that time. Like it's already unspoken with them.
Well, you don't get no empathy from me.
But that's why.
Lock them up.
Yeah, because you're not a pedophile.
Yeah.
Other pedophiles be having empathy for other pedophiles. So
lock them up.
So we're just saying we need to get all these bad DAs out, all these bad judges out. We're gonna have a video coming up a little bit later talking about one of these DAs in Philadelphia. So make sure y'all stay tuned and make sure y'all stay tuned and watch that video as well. So anything else, babe?
Like I said, the main thing is however much time he get, pedophiles should be getting that same type of time. You know what I'm saying? He get 10, 20, 30, 40 years, whatever the case may be.
Yep.
Every other pedophile need to be doing the same exact thing.
Exactly.
They need to get that same time.
All right, everybody. Thank y'all so much for tuning into T. And we out, y'all. Peace.
We're coming on the air with breaking news. A jury in the federal trial of R. Kelly has found the singer guilty of racketeering based on sexual exploitation of children, kidnapping, and forced labor. They also found him guilty of violating all 8 counts of the Mann Act, a sex trafficking statute. That verdict comes after weeks of testimony from some 50 witnesses. He faces potentially decades in prison. Let's go right to NBC's Stephanie Gosk outside the courthouse in Brooklyn. Stephanie, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lester. This is a man who was once dubbed the king of R&B. He wrote that song, I Believe I Can Fly. He won 3 Grammys from it. It was an anthem of sorts in the mid-90s, now going to prison potentially for decades. 1 charge of racketeering, as you said, other 8 charges of sex trafficking. And you might hear racketeering and think, isn't that for mafia bosses? But this was part of a unique strategy on the part of federal prosecutors to introduce sexual assault allegations that were well outside the statute of limitations. And at the center of this case, Lester, was the story of Aaliyah, a pop singer who many people know died tragically in a plane crash in 2001. According to testimony, she met R. Kelly when she was just 12 years old. A witness, a compelling witness for the prosecution, said that she actually walked in on R. Kelly performing a sex act with Aaliyah when she was either 13 or 14 years old. We then heard from one of his employees that at the age of 15, he bribed an official in Illinois to get a fake ID so that Aaliyah could marry R. Kelly at the time, who was 27, because he suspected Aaliyah may be pregnant, and if they married, she could not actually give any testimony against him in a statutory rape charges. But it concludes dozens of witnesses coming forward with depraved allegations of abuse, physical, emotional, sexual, a number of alleged victims. And as you said, this was a trial that lasted weeks, but prosecutors argued that this was actually something that was decades in the making. His defense over the course of the trial tried to portray the victims in this case as out opportunists who were looking for money and fame, but very clearly here in the end, the jury decided the prosecution had made its case, Lester.
And Stephanie, he has been in custody leading up to this, correct?
Yes, he has, for 2 years. And this is not the end of the road in terms of the charges that he faces. He still has state and federal charges, sex trafficking, sexual assault, as well as pornography charges. He was acquitted on pornography charges back in 2008, but at this point, he still has weeks, years, months down the road where he's going to be dealing with these allegations in a courtroom. But he is, for now, facing decades in prison. His sentencing due to take place May 5th here in New York.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.